Well, hey there, hi there, and hello, my fellow entrepreneurs from around the world. I hope today finds you safe and well. Today, I'm talking to those of you who are struggling to find clients, and I want to talk to you about the amazing opportunities when it comes to either launching or creating kind of an online event that is sort of a promotional thing for what you offer, but it's this event kind of experience, something that is actually fun for you to create. And just so you know, for those of you, I'm an introvert. I had to learn how to have fun with these things too, and that's what I help people do. It's what I help my clients do, is to have fun with these kinds of launches. Okay, so launch, online event. If the word launch scares you, I just ignore it and just think about it as this kind of an online event experience. Okay, an OEE. Look, I'm just making up things on the fly, right? But an online event experience, an event where you get to say, hey, are you interested in knowing more about this topic? Well, I'm going to be talking about that for a whole week. Come and join me. And you get to really show your stuff and show what you're passionate about, show your knowledge, share everything, not everything, but share it in a way that then leads to sales. That's what I help people with. And then sort of say, hey, do you want to work with me? Here's an offer from me. And here's how you can work with me, right? So this is what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't need all the money, and it doesn't need the big audience, all right? If you're thinking those things, then this is something totally different, right? And this whole approach actually helps you build that audience, this online event experience. I think that might be my new thing. We'll see if it sticks anyway. All right. So I'm going to be talking to you about 4 reasons why this is a really amazing strategy, and all of the opportunity that is surrounded in this approach to growing your business, and at what point in your business you might want to think about moving into this phase, all right? Before I dive in, I'm just going to quickly introduce me to anybody who doesn't know me so well yet. I'm Tiffany from Tiffany G Studios, and I am a client attraction specialist. I help coaches, consultants, and service providers to attract clients by launching their first online course or group program. So creating one of these online event experiences, okay? Anyway, I've just made up that thing now, OEE now, and we're going to see if it sticks, right? But what I do is, over a period of 3 months, I work with people and I step them through a process where we plan something that works for their personality, and then I help them to implement at every step. I give them feedback along the way, and basically I hold their hand while we sort of leap into a new phase of their business and business growth. If that is something that you are interested in knowing more about, then I would definitely suggest that you reach out, get in touch with me, smoke signal, whatever, and you can find out how you can get on the wait list for my next program opening soon, my next group program opening soon. So in the meantime, let's dive into these 4 reasons that I want to talk to you about, okay? Because they're really powerful reasons. And like I said before, I myself am an introvert, okay? And I avoided launching or, that kind of stuff for a long, long time in my business. And at certain points in my business, it wasn't right. It was might have been too early, that kind of thing. But I avoided it. And then I was like, okay, look, I'm going to give this a go. And I dipped a toe in, and I did not have the best experience because I did not have a coach that could understand my personality and what worked for me, and be able to help unlock my confidence in this area. So I didn't have the best experience, but I did learn a lot from that. And now I've had other coaches along the way who have helped me to learn about how to actually make this a fun experience. Because if you're having fun, then the people coming along for the ride are going to have fun, and that is going to lead to sales, okay? It's going to lead to people wanting to work with you or referring you, either of those, but they're going to refer to other people who want to work with you. You see what I mean? So this is why I just found this a really useful way to get into it, because see, there comes a point where there's only so much like one-on-one networking, relationship building you can do. There's only so much content you can create for the masses and that kind of thing. Even with the Facebook ads, you can put stuff out there and people sign up, but it doesn't create the kind of connection that this kind of online event experience creates that really does lead to sales, okay? So because we're starting to max out on our time, that kind of thing, and that's when I started to look into having to do more of these kinds of things. And then I actually had people saying, oh, right, you're going to be doing that. Can you teach me how? And this is how now I teach people and help people with this phase of their business for those who want to get into doing this, okay? So let me start with number one. The number one reason is that we have to make offers. And like I was saying before, there comes a time where you max out on the time that you can have with people, where you are making offers and doing one-on-one chats, building connections, building relationships, that kind of thing. And this kind of online event experience or a launch can actually help to really create that feeling and do it from sort of like a one to many kind of situation, right? And all of that time you spent doing some one-on-one stuff, a lot of those people will also come along for your online event experience. It can be a lot of fun for everyone involved, and I've said that already, but obviously I really love this stuff and I'm quite passionate about it. So we need to make offers, and that's where this allows us to kind of leverage our time and get this one-to-many approach and create it in this fun experience kind of way. So the number two reason is it creates this stronger personal connection, okay? So people sign up to come along for the ride because they're interested in the topic that you might be talking about for this online event, and they get to see you, and especially if you do it live, they get to see you being a human, maybe making some mistakes. They get an idea about your personality and how you handle mistakes and that kind of thing, and they get really bonded through this experience. I've found that in the different ways that I have used to promote my business and promote things for my clients, that kind of thing, this online event experience was the one that really bonded people to me. They really wanted to find out more about what I had to say next, and everything just kind of went further, okay? And even though I can tell you the first time I was doing it, I was nervous and awkward and all of those things, people still are quite connected with me on that front and were wanting to hear more from me in spite of that, which was really interesting. So just that personal connection, right? Then the third reason is the repetition involved, okay? In the modern age, they say it takes about an average of 21 times for somebody to hear about something before they'll even take an action, for it to really sink in, just because we're bombarded with all of these sales messages and things like that. So much information coming our way, sales, not sales, all that kind of stuff. So it can take time for people to really learn who we are. But when somebody signs up for this sort of intense online event experience, and I say intense because it has that intention of everybody, hey, we're focusing on this topic, not intense like, oh, this is going to stress you out, but intense that way. So because of that, you have that opportunity to really build on for that 21 times, okay? Now, that's not to say that everybody who attends is going to work with you, because there's other factors at play and other personality types that win out and that attend, but it has a huge, stronger motivating effect versus other types of marketing that I have used over my 9 years in online marketing for clients and for my own business, which I haven't been running for the whole 9 years, just the last 4 years, okay? So that leads me into my number 4 reason, is that this approach builds on itself, okay? So it is very likely the first time you do this, unless you have a really strong audience behind you that you've been building for years and you haven't monetized or something in some way beforehand, generally the first time you do this, you're going to get certain results, okay? That's not to say that people don't get amazing results the first time, but usually, you're a bit nervous, you're working out the kinks, that kind of thing. And I think that there's something to be said for, maybe the results, they're at a certain level. Then the next time you run it, the second time, it grows on itself, it builds on itself, okay? So the first time that you run it, you're going to have people who are like, oh, hey, that's really interesting. Maybe I can do this myself, right? There's going to be other people who, oh, it's really interesting. I'm going to buy straight away, okay? Because they get through the 21 times, they're really engaged. Now's the right time for them. Other people, there'll be other reasons. But then the second time they see you run it, the exact same launch, the exact same online event experience, okay, the OEE, then they are going to say, oh, hang on, I didn't actually get results last time, or like I didn't actually implement anything on my own. How about I sign up? And then they sign up the second time, okay? And then the third time. And that's how you end up with results where people sort of say, hey, I got $20,000 in my first launch, but the next launch was 60,000, and then the third one was over 100,000, okay? I've actually seen results where somebody got 15,000 on their first launch, and then the second launch was like 168,000 or something like that. Crazy, crazy results, all right? She definitely worked out the kinks the first time, and but she also changed up what she was offering, the price point of her offering and that kind of thing. So that's why the big change, okay? And I know that's not the exact same launch, but that is still using this kind of model, this online event experience model, which can be fun, right? Even for those of us who are a bit more introverted and maybe a little bit more shy, can still be fun to do, right? Especially when, for those of us who are introverts, we get to talk about what we're passionate about. That passion comes through, and we don't worry too much about what people are thinking about us. We're just thinking about, hey, how can we help people? Okay, anyway. So let me recap the 4 reasons why you should run one of these online event experiences or launches. I'm really getting into this term that I've just made up now. Number 1 is that you need to make offers, and this allows you to kind of make an offer to a group of people at one time, okay, and sort of leveraging your time, especially, and your effort, and making it maybe a little bit more efficient in terms of running your business, okay, versus a lot of one-on-one outreach, okay. Number 2 is that the personal connections involved, all right? Even if people don't buy with you during the launch, they're going to be thinking about you, they're more connected, they're more bonded, they could be talking to you about you to other people, that kind of thing, right? And from my own experiences, the times where I've spent money to work with with high ticket coaches, that has been a case of I've been on some kind of online event experience situation where I've gotten to know them, right? And I have that feeling of getting to know them. They wouldn't know me if they walked next to me on the street, right? Necessarily. But that's where I've had that situation. The third reason was the repetition involved, and that average of 21 times. It really helps to seed that and build that. And number 4 is that also the launches build on themselves. And so the first time you run it, you'll get a certain set of results, okay? Could be good, could be bad, whatever. But from everything I have seen online in my 9 years in online business, they improve, okay? So we get a baseline at the first time, and then we usually get better the second time, get better the third time. Like any kind of graph like this though, it could actually have sort of a leveling off effect, but there's so many different things that you can do to overcome that as well. Anyway, diving into this stuff, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about running an online event like this sort of launching model? What comes up for you? And if you're interested in learning more about my approach, that kind of thing, then get in touch so you can get on the wait list for my my own online event experience about online event experiences. All right. That's it. That's it from me. Thank you so much, Tiffany from Tiffany G Studios. Until next time, bye for now.